is early in the morning. I'm trying to beat the heat. It's supposed to be about 90 today, and in the greenhouse it's going to be well over 100, even with the sides rolled up. It's nice and cool in here right now, so it's not too bad. I have about 150 tomato plants that I need to get in the ground. Some of them may not survive because, as you can see, they are wild and very large. They're in 3.5-inch pots, and I started these way too early. So I'm going to do my best to get them in the ground as deep as I can so that they can create or develop a good root structure so that they can grow up strong and give me lots of tomatoes. So we're going to go ahead and get started on those. Each tomato plant is going to get a little bit of this organic fertilizer. Okay, so I think I got everything that I need. I have my little hory knife here just to help me dig if I need to. This should be really loose and I should be able to just move this all around. I have a little spacer. This is just a 1-foot spacer so I can keep the plants a foot apart. I have my fertilizer, I have my tie-up ropes, and I have my clips. So let's get started putting one of these plants in. Okay, so I need to get my plants in front of me. That would be helpful. All right, so this first variety are called German striped, or striped German, I think. So I have about 24 of these. So I'm gonna put these in first and then we'll move on to the next variety. So this is a real small one. Hopefully it'll start to grow up, but inside you can see that some of the roots are showing on the base there. I'm gonna plant this as deeply as I can and hope that this will come back and grow nice and strong. It is going to be hot today. And I did water these before I put them in the ground, just so it makes it a little bit easier to get them out of the pots. So that's one. This one's too small to show you how to do the line, so I'll do it on the next one. That'll be a little bit longer so that they have enough room for me to put the clip down on the bottom. So I'm digging down probably a good 6 to 8 inches because I really want to bury this plant deep, because when they grow too large, they get a little bit spindly, just basically meaning that the stems get really thin and they become a little bit wobbly. So I want to plant these as deep as I can, so that they can create that root structure under the soil and create a stronger stem as they grow. So here's one that's pretty tall, and actually it's already got a sucker coming on here. That's a sucker is another branch that's trying to grow out in between a main branch, so you always want to pull them off. And this has some lower leaves that I'm gonna take off because I'm gonna actually plant this as deep as I can, like I said, but I'm going to remove them. You don't have to remove the plants. They'll just, degrade, or they'll just break down in the dirt over time and just add a little bit more nutrients into the soil. But for this purpose, I'm just going to remove the ones on the bottom. And how you take these out of the pot is you just want to gently allow it to kind of slide out. But you can see this isn't too bad. The roots aren't too overgrown in there, so this one should do pretty well. So I planted that in a good 6 to 8 inches. So doing that hopefully will give these a better what am I trying to say? Better chance of surviving. All right, so this one here, we're going to show you how we use the clips and our tie-up rope. So on these little clips, you're going to take, I'm going to bring this a little bit closer to you, but you're going to do this on the base. And so this part of the clip goes on the string, so it actually secures itself onto the string and holds the string taut. And then the loop and the clip clips around the base of the stem of the plant. I'll show you that up close when I do it over here. At the bottom here, you want to clamp. I'm going to get this in the corner, the plastic cap, and you want to come around. You want to make sure that it's in there, nice and secure. And clamp that on like that. And then as the plant gets bigger, you weave the plant around, like so. Here's a technique you can use for tomato plants that have gotten too long to help with support. When you're digging your hole, you obviously can't dig a 10-foot hole to really put these in as deep as you want them to go. So what you do is this is going to be your area that your plant's going to come up out of, and then you're just going to make a little bit of space here on the end so that you can take your plant, lay it sideways like this, cover up those roots, and then cover the plant. So you can get it in as low as you can.
I'm not as cool as Sean from the Modern Yeoman, but that's only because I'm in a greenhouse right now. I cracked myself up. So we just had another major windstorm come through. Cheryl and I just had to rush out here and secure the sides of the greenhouse. They were blowing everywhere. Unfortunately, a lot of the tomato plants were broken or ripped up right out of the ground, so we're going to be needing to replace those now. But I'm not sure what's going on with the wind this year, but it's never been like this since we lived here. I'm hoping that this does not continue. So today I'm putting in the remaining drip line for the greenhouse. Cheryl just put the cucumbers in. We still need to put dill in and also peppers. So I'm just going to finish up the drip line, and we have a million other things we got to get to today. I'm going to tie the end in a knot right past the emitter, and then I'm going to fold up the end 3 times. I usually fold the one side over just a little bit so I can slide the cut piece right over top, and that's going to hold everything in place.